Hey everyone, and welcome. I am absolutely thrilled you're joining us today because, well, we're going to unpack something seriously fascinating. Have you ever wondered what exactly happens when millions of people try to literally rewire their brains for success while they're sleeping or just as they're waking up? Today's explainer is going to decode a wildly popular audio track designed to do exactly that: program the mind for wealth, success, and happiness. And we aren't just going to talk about the general idea of affirmations. No, we're going right inside the actual architecture of one of the most successful subconscious programming tools ever created, just to see exactly how it ticks. Okay, let's dive right in. Just look at this number. Over 43.8 million views. Let that sink in for a second. That is the staggering, undeniable reach of the I Am Affirmations track by the channel Be Inspired. This isn't just some niche corner of the internet, you guys. This is a massive, global audience actively engaging with this specific tool. And when a single piece of audio achieves this level of proven appeal, we really have to ask ourselves, what exactly is it doing right? How is it structured to capture and hold the attention of tens of millions of people who are looking for self-improvement?
So, here's our roadmap for today's breakdown. We're going to start with the subconscious reprogramming phenomenon. Then, Step 1, grounding yourself. Step 2, releasing doubt. Step 3, rewriting your story. Step 4, protecting your energy. And finally, we'll wrap up with creating your perfect life.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the subconscious reprogramming phenomenon.
So, before we even look at the specific affirmations, we really need to understand the creator's core instructions for this hour-long audio journey. Step 1, listen before you start your day. And Step 2, listen before you go to bed. The absolutely crucial point here is that this tool is deliberately designed to bookend your daily routine. It's meant to frame that waking phase, basically setting your trajectory for the hours ahead, and then frame the winding down phase, planting these concepts deep into your mind right before you drift off to sleep. It's all about total immersion during the mind's most transitional, vulnerable states. And get this, nearly 1 million people have actively hit that like button on this routine, basically endorsing it as a daily habit. They're finding genuine, real-world value in these daily bookends for their own self-improvement journeys.
Moving right along to Step 1, grounding yourself.
This very first phase focuses entirely on pulling you out of the daily chaos. Just 2 minutes in, we hear this command: embrace simplicity, peace, and relaxation. Notice how incredibly early in the process the audio demands a total shift away from complexity. You can't build a new mindset on a foundation of stress and noise, right? The creator is laying down a foundation of total calm before any of that deep psychological programming even starts. It's essentially about clearing the slate.
Right on the heels of that, at minute 3, we get breathe in balance. And this is just brilliant. It beautifully illustrates how the track connects the mind to the body. It uses the physical, involuntary act of breathing to anchor the listener's mental state in stability. Every single breath becomes this physical reinforcement of mental balance. It's a highly, highly effective grounding technique.
Which brings us to Step 2, releasing doubt. Okay, so once you've got that baseline of calm, the psychological workout actually pivots to actively purging negativity. Jump to minute 20, and the affirmation is, leave behind any doubts and insecurities. Basically, explain to your mind that those feelings, they just aren't required anymore. Once the mind is fully grounded and receptive, the audio intentionally targets and dismantles that negative self-talk that holds us all back. Think of it like taking out the mental trash before you bring in the shiny new furniture.
Next up, Step 3, rewriting your story. Here's the thing. You can't just remove bad thoughts without replacing them with something else, right? So we see this profound psychological shift take place. Doubts and insecurities must be left behind, sure, but they are directly replaced with love and wisdom. The listener is gently, but very firmly, guided away from a state of internal lack and fear directly into a state of profound abundance and capability. They say nature abhors a vacuum, and well, so does your subconscious mind. And honestly, the phrasing here is absolutely crucial. At minute 26, the listener hears choose to rewrite my story with love and wisdom. I really want you to focus on that word, choose. It isn't passive. It isn't just something that's magically happening to the listener. The audio actively empowers you to take control of your own subconscious programming. It reminds the listener that their internal narrative is a choice, and right in this moment, they're choosing a better one.
All right, Step 4, protecting your energy. So now that we've built up this positive mindset, the audio smartly shifts into a defensive posture to safeguard all that progress. By minute 33, the affirmation states, protect myself from any bad vibrations. This basically acts as a psychological shield. The creator knows, obviously, that the listener is eventually going to have to wake up, go to work, and face the real world. This step prepares you to face all that external negativity without losing your internal balance. It's literally armor for your newly reprogrammed mind. And we actually see this reinforced even deeper into the session. At minute 57, so nearly an hour in, the listener is told to detach myself from negative vibes. This just reiterates how important this defensive step is, even late in the track. It emphasizes that maintaining success isn't just about wishing for the best or positive thinking. It requires a continuous, conscious detachment from toxic influences. You really have to actively guard the garden you just planted.
And that brings us to the final phase, creating your perfect life. This is really where that whole hour-long preparation culminates. We're moving from internal maintenance to the ultimate goal of external manifestation. As we pass the halfway point, right around minute 41, we hear, create harmony, peace, and joy. Notice that shift back to active creation. It beautifully blends the peace we established way back in step 1 with an active command to generate harmony in your external environment. You aren't just peaceful inside anymore, you're radiating it outward. And that perfectly sets up the climactic affirmation right at the 1 hour mark, create the perfect conditions for my perfect life. Now, think about it. If someone heard this in the first 2 minutes, they'd probably reject it, right? It sounds way too big, too impossible. But because of this hour-long funnel, the grounding, the purging, the rewriting, and the protecting, the mind has been specifically primed to believe this statement is absolute truth. The resistance is gone, the subconscious is completely ready to accept this massive command. So, looking back at the structural genius of the whole track, we can clearly map out the step-by-step psychological staircase the listener has just climbed. 2 minutes in, we embrace peace. At 20 minutes, we leave doubt behind. At 26 minutes, we rewrite our story. At 33 minutes, we put up our shields and protect our energy. And finally, at 60 minutes, we are fully ready to create perfect conditions. It is a highly engineered, logical flow that is cleverly disguised as a simple relaxation tape. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty powerful thought. We've just seen exactly how 43 million people are being guided to rewire their thinking, deliberately and structurally, every single morning and every single night. The power of focused, intentional affirmation isn't just some mystical concept. As we've clearly seen, it is a deeply organized psychological process. So my challenge to you is this. Take a hard look at the narrative running in your own head. Look at the blueprint of your own thoughts. What will you tell your subconscious tonight? Thank you so much for hanging out with me to decode this incredible topic. Keep learning, keep focusing, and I will see you on the next one.